Hello everyone, welcome to the Smashi Sports Show. My name is Parth Joshi.
And I'm Abdul Majid Awan.
Today is 18 July, Friday 2025. So we're going to be discussing the following stories today. So Ronaldo wants Luis Diaz at Al Nassr. Turki Al-Sheikh announces that there will be no pay-per-view for boxing on DAZN. Man City signed £1 billion deal with Puma, and just some transfer news from the Arab world, and Christian Pulisic has apparently rejected Al Nassr.
Yes.
So getting into our first story, Ronaldo wants Liverpool's Luis Diaz. So we knew that after his contract extension recently, that he will have more of a say in the transfers. That he will, he will be making decisions in terms of transfers, what reinforcements Al Nassr wants, and it has been reported from Sport from Spain that Ronaldo wants Luis Diaz and he's keen to bring him to the club, and they want to boost the attacking options of Al Nassr. There's also been some there have been slight reports of Sadio Mane potentially going, so that I think a younger reinforcement will also be much better for the club. And Al Nassr is the only club that's willing to actually match Liverpool's 100 million euro evaluation. So there have been strong links between Barca getting Diaz, and Bayern also are interested in him. But I think
Nice.
the only one that's actually matching the offer, because Liverpool is a club which does not accept low ball offers. They either want exactly that or a bit more than that. So Al Nassr is willing to spend 100 million euros. But I think it'll be a good signing. What do you?
He's Colombian, he's good. I remember it was something 45 something million when he was signed by Liverpool. And it's been 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So he's actually doubled in price, and he's been one of the main players who's helped them win. So yeah, makes sense. He's not like, I wouldn't say he's young like 2021.
Oh yeah,
he
for
is
sure.
at,
But like
he's like at the prime of his life.
he's
like,
in his prime. I think that's what
I can
matters. Yeah.
do
If
good
you-
for 2-3 more years.
if you compare him with Sadio Mane, I think he's basically a new enforcement.
Yeah. But yeah,
like,
Sadio Mane leaving would be a bad thing, but I don't think he will leave. I don't think he should leave.
yeah.
He has,
Where will he go? I mean, as well.
yeah, where will he go? And he has some football left in him.
Yeah.
At least he can be a very good sub, 30, 40 minutes, impact player kind of a player. But yeah, he's Sadio Mane. To be honest, a lot of people hate me for saying this, but I always loved Sadio Mane over Mo Salah when they were playing for Liverpool. He was my favorite. But yeah, good if Luis Diaz comes.
But do you think he's worth 100 million?
Bro, with the inflated
With
prices
with
for
this
everyone,
market, like everyone is like 100 million, 150.
I think they've just taken the list of players, wrote 100 in front of them, like, yeah, that's it. We're not talking.
Because there was a point, especially clubs like Barcelona, which Barcelona is notorious for this. Like at least to an extent, a release clause of 100 million makes fine, because then like you have to pay a release clause. But then outright valuing a player at 100 million is a completely different thing.
Yeah. I learned the mathematics of the release clause from FIFA. A lot of learning. It's a very good game. Helps you manage finances. Because if I bought a player for 36 or 40 million, and if I offered him a release contract of 100, he would usually say yes. So I realized the percentage was like at least 100% raise, or like maximum you can go to 150. So if he has a release clause of 100 million and above, that means they're looking at their 50 million, 45 million price, and they're like, yeah, bro, we need to put it up at least 100%. But again, I don't think they'll activate the release clause. They shouldn't. They can easily negotiate.
Yeah,
Always negotiating always gives you a lesser price than the release clause.
for sure.
Yeah, I put Haaland on like 400 something.
You know the
Very big.
funniest thing I think is that before like FIFA transfers like used to like have that unrealistic aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like I could buy the most mediocre player for 150 million in FIFA, and that would be like, oh my god, why are you doing that? I feel that's the case right now in real life, where even if you spend 250 on FIFA, you're like, oh, actually, that's not far off.
And
I'm not saying in a good way though. Like it should not be like that, because we have seen
I think all these big players, when they transferred, like Ronaldo's Real Madrid transfer, Neymar's PSG transfer.
Oh yeah, that I think
I think that broke the actual like 50, 60 million mark.
Ronaldo's was still fine.
Yeah.
I think it's
because Ronaldo is Ronaldo, right?
yeah, no,
Makes sense.
And no, also I'm saying that in terms of like it did not have that sort of butterfly effect on the market.
But
Like
Neymar's transfer was
it was, I think it was Neymar's transfer which
Yeah.
genuinely like it I think even I saw it did factually actually did inflate the market.
yeah, it was 200 million, right?
It was more
Euros?
than 200 million. Yeah.
So imagine paying that much and not winning a Champions Trophy. Then also
Yeah, not winning.
sad
Yeah.
reality. But yeah, if he goes, good. If he
I mean,
doesn't,
Al Nassr are reinforcing. We also saw the new coach,
oh yeah,
Jorge Jesus, say that I came to Al Nassr
only
because
because
of
of Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. So I think the decision aspect and stuff is actually helping Al Nassr because he quoted that we both speak Portuguese and we will obviously get along very well. I want to. At a club like Al Nassr, you want to win, which Ronaldo hasn't done yet. So he
Yeah.
wants to also help Ronaldo win a major title at the club.
And Ronaldo should win. I think he won the RSL uh, Fans Choice Award,
Yeah.
so he became that. He had 15 man of the matches for him, scored 25 goals, was league's top scorer, I think, for the second time. And all of this shows that he should have a trophy with him, at least one Saudi League trophy should be like in his kitty, like, oh, I won this. And I think this will be the season where if Ronaldo doesn't win anything, he'll be like, thank you so much, I'm just leaving. Not
Yeah.
leaving, but sitting on the side. I don't want to play
No,
anymore.
no.
And that is why.
I don't think he'll do that.
No.
Dude, he has faced worse in his career.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like Saudi. Like I'm not saying it was like a retirement thing for him. He obviously did want to go there, try and achieve something, but he has faced worse. Like even whatever situation comes, I don't think he's ever said that I don't want to play. The
Yeah.
only instance I remember is at United.
Yeah.
And during his second stint at United, where he was going off tunnel when he got subbed off, but even that time he was extremely mad after being subbed off.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's someone who's like I don't want to play, but like he probably will just leave.
Yeah.
Either he will want more control or he'll leave.
I'm sporting director, technical director,
Manager,
maybe
yeah,
something.
physio,
Stay on the pitch.
Dietitian, telling
Yeah,
players
it
to
can
come.
be
or
everything,
players'
literally.
Personal alarm clock telling them to come 2 hours early to training.
Wake up at 3 a.m., go to the gym. Why aren't you going?
Take bath in like the most cold ice bath you could possibly do.
But yeah, this is what's up in Saudi, and there's more news from Saudi also. Turki Al-Sheikh, who is the head of General Entertainment Authority, and he is the man behind Riyadh season, where a lot of sporting events happen. Last year, we saw so many big boxing fights and a lot of other events. He has said that there will be no pay-per-view for boxing because he recently bought a magazine, the Ring magazine, which is like the holy book of boxing. It's like the biggest magazine, and he's bringing back the print version of it. And remember, we did a story on Smashi Business also about it because it's such a big deal. But he's saying that no pay-per-view, just subscribe to DAZN and watch the matches. You don't have to pay for every match differently and go through all the process.
Yeah, I think
Just buy it as in.
They bring a lot of viewers with their
Yeah, and I think with DAZN they also give you naturally so many viewers, so you don't need that pay-per-view model to make money. They're already making money from subscriptions, be it monthly, yearly, whichever package someone buys, you make money out of it. DAZN also has investment from Saudi PIF now, nearly $1 billion. So I think it makes sense that every Saudi person is now moving towards DAZN. Watch it on DAZN. Do this on DAZN. Do that on DAZN.
Because for DAZN, it's like they are always like front runners for every major event that comes up. So you don't even need like that extra amount of money because you'll get that revenue.
I think marketing wise also it makes sense because you don't need to market it a lot because
you're
it.
right there. Yeah,
They will do it.
Yeah, exactly.
For you. So
you are there
as an event or as a match, you won't need
you
to
just
market.
have to be there. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, they are front runners for it as well. So I think removing the pay-per-view is actually a very good option. It'll also bring in like new people who want to watch.
I think one or two of the biggest fights that I saw in my life, like I actually sat down and saw it, was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Yeah.
It was such a bad match. Floyd was constantly ditching and like, oh no, don't hit me. I don't want to. So some of the fights that are too big, you usually don't see any action in them. They're just dodging each
It's
other.
more hype and promotion than like
Yeah, it's
it's
Muhammad
like the
Ali
match
versus
is
Muhammad Ali, right?
hype like this and then
Yeah. So actually, I think that also makes sense because a lot of people would pay a lot of money, not even on like watching platforms like digital platforms or any platform, just going there, buying the front seat, and the
yeah.
match finishes in 1.5 minutes. And I'm like, what? MMA fights especially, right?
It's sometimes it's just like those fight it's doesn't even like finish it. It just becomes so weak that you do not
Yeah.
want to see
They're
it.
just floating like a butterfly,
Like they're just throwing
stinging
hands,
like,
like
not stinging like a
or
bee.
they just end up like hugging each other all the time and just it gets very boring, dude. Like
Like you, from boxing, I still think even the newer generation and my generation and your generation, we still think it should be a fight like Rocky.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
There
raw.
should be some blood, some fight, something happening,
Exactly.
right?
And
Every round should have some kind of
And you know
action.
what's one thing I don't really like? Like it's my personal opinion, but like I don't like the fact that you're promoting or you're announcing the fight 5 6 months before the
Yeah.
actual fight. Because I feel that just like it brings up so much hype.
Yeah. And then
And
the hype dies.
even a lot of that hype is not really like warranted. Like, if
Yeah.
if it's like, okay, why are you hyping this that much? And then they have like three different face-offs, and then before the face-off they have like
Someone spits and someone says
they have like
something.
private interviews on like almost like a podcast where like they're sitting
Yeah.
exactly like this, and then they're trash talking, and
It's
then
kind of like all these theatrics they do to build up for it.
Yeah.
But I think if he removes pay-per-view completely, all those theatrics will somehow become meaningless because I have a subscription. I don't
Exactly.
need all those theatrics
just have
because
to
I
wait till
already
fight
bought
day.
the subscription.
Yeah.
I will watch the match because it's coming for free, and if it's a big match, why not? So yeah, that way it makes a lot of sense. You don't have to do all those dramas before the fight.
Exactly.
They will happen, but they'll lose a lot of
I
meaning.
They don't, because it gets to a point where it's unnecessary. Like why are you doing three different face-off interviews? Not even like actual face-off. It's like day one face-off interview one with this face-off interview with this in day two, and then the actual face-off just lasts like 5 minutes, where a lot of times nothing even happens. They just face
Yeah.
off and then they just.
No, I think boxing needs innovation, not in terms of what they're doing or point scoring or
I think
anything.
they just need to look back.
More fan engagement.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they will come up with it, what they can do. Every sport now that we see is somehow trying to engage fans, right?
Yep.
And not even if you talk about sports, you talk about anything which has entertainment value, right?
Because sports
Coldplay
has-
CEO on
because-
big screen. Being caught. I think people will remember that Coldplay concert more for that scene,
Yeah.
less for the song
Like,
and their final performance.
I don't think they'll know where the concert was, whose concert it was. They'll just know that it was a
Something
jumbotron
happened.
and the CEO and the head of HR were going at it.
Yeah, but I think entertainment-wise, every entertainment thing, concert, whatever you have, they're going more into fan engagement, like in between the show. We did a sponsored recent work on Love in Dubai with Snickers, right?
Yep.
You were shooting
Yep,
that. I saw the ad. They put up screens of, and they were like, "Oh, this fan is off his game because someone was sleeping,
Exactly.
someone was talking, not interested in the match, and all that." So people are going for that, and I think with this, boxing needs more fan engagement. How? What? That's their job to think
Exactly,
of
yeah,
creative ideas.
Because the reason I say it feels forced and unnecessary is because it's always the organizations that are like doing it, but I haven't seen any fan engagement from them.
Yeah.
Like I have like if I know about football fans will mention football. They will talk about players this and that. But boxing fans, it's like I will only see them in those comment sections.
Football has so much fan engagement
Exactly.
now, right? People are predicting goals. Betting wise, there is still a lot of engagement, but
Yeah.
that's like haram.
Oh
and
yeah, I even see boxing fans
Islamic.
on like the betting.
Yeah, they only think about betting, but you need more engagement to keep the people
Spirit of
there
the-
when
the-
everyone is just dodging each other. So you need
Yeah.
some kind of engagement to make them stick to the TV or the screen that they're watching, and are like, yeah, something is happening. Oh, this game, this popped up. Oh, I'll do this.
Because it's like dude, the spirit of the sport should not become money.
Yeah.
I feel it's become that. It's way past that
this
point.
is what I always
Because
say.
sports has become content now. Like like when you said about fan service and like fan engagement, sports has become full like content. It's getting to a point where like I remember before there were players who did not care if there were cameras on or not. They
Yeah.
just wanted to play the
They just
game
wanted to do-
and they wanted to go.
Yeah.
And now if one camera stops recording, like the entire event is like at a halt
Yeah.
because of broadcast issues and this and that. And I think even the players will not even be mad at that anymore.
Whenever you commercialize something,
Yeah.
it loses its essence. Be it music, movies, be it literally anything. You commercialize it,
Yeah.
make it a money-making machine. It loses its essence. Sports, to an extent, has become that.
It's way past
And
that. It's way
we've
past
talked about about the whole FIFA Club World Cup, that it was a money-making move. It was a
Dude,
money-making
America is
machine.
like notorious for it.
Yeah, right.
Number one example.
So we've realized that so much football is not actually good for football.
Yeah.
There was a time when you had to wait 4 years to watch Pele play for Brazil, and maybe within those 4 years he would play twice or thrice in some matches. Now you see Ronaldo play every week. Ronaldo is playing in the Nations League.
It's even mixed with like the celebrity, like what do you say? It's like people do not want to see celebrities as much. That mysterious.
That is the novelty of it, right?
The mysterious presence of like before social, not even social media. Like before, like I used to wait every week to watch Messi play.
Yeah.
And he used to play once maximum if there's UCL twice a week.
Yeah.
And then you had to wait 2 months for like international, like I mean the summer vacations. You had to wait for like the international break for him to again come back to club football. If there's
Now
no,
you know what he's eating, where
you
he
know
is with
everything,
his
where he
kids.
is. Like fans literally will go to like spots like near supermarkets because they've heard from someone somewhere that Messi is going to be taking milk over there.
Yeah.
And it's just it's lost the complete essence of it.
But yeah, this is happening. Pay-per-view being removed from boxing. That's what Turki Al-Sheikh thinks will bring the glory of boxing back. More money talks. Manchester City have signed a £1 billion deal, which is like $1.23 billion. So £1 billion deal with Puma over 10 years. So every year they'll get 100 million
Yep.
pounds per year from Puma now, and we discussed it on the Smashi Business Show, and I found a very interesting angle, and then we'll talk about the sporting aspect of it. But Puma recently, last year, at the end of the year, they finished their contract with the Israel Football Association. So people are like actually loving Puma, like, oh, nice, very good, they did that. So yeah, boycott, divestment movement, BDS movement. But this deal is the biggest in Premier League. And last one was Manchester United with Adidas.
Adidas, yeah.
So 900 million. So imagine Blues beating Reds, not on the field.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere now. Commercially, I think it's a big success. They've invested so much money into the city project. You go to Abu Dhabi, I don't know if you've been to Yas Mall, there's a whole
I really want. I haven't been actually.
Go to Yas Mall and there's like this corner place where they have these sofas and everything. The Manchester City shop is there. And every Manchester City match they air it live there.
Oh, actually.
So you can just sit and not eat anything, just be part of that environment. So I've been there twice, and once City lost to Liverpool actually. And I arrived at that point when it was the 90th minute and it was ending. A lot of people were leaving, but still there were fans sitting on City jerseys, kids. Like different people. It wasn't only like Westerners who see EPL as a football. Arabic people wearing City jerseys, kids running around. It's such a festival feeling. So they've invested so much into Abu Dhabi.
It's a very successful project. I don't get what anyone says. I understand the jokes of oil money or like whatever they say, but like, dude, it's you wish your club had that.
Even with oil money. Okay, let's say for example, Chelsea recently owned by Ted Boley, right? He has a lot of money. It's not oil money, but he has a lot of money from businesses. He couldn't make Chelsea.
You wish your club has that money.
Yeah.
Like the same. Yeah. It's United fans, like the club that is cost cutting, not on players' salaries, on like the general employees. They're firing chefs. They're firing some like the
jersey people,
the receptionists,
laundry people.
They're firing chefs and receptionists, people at like the ground level, while the players like with like 10
do
goals,
nothing and win so much money.
10
right?
goals a season, barely.
Yeah.
Are making 13 million a year.
Yeah.
And then you're criticizing your entire board as to like
The whole idea is that they put a lot of money. I remember when I was doing the story, 2008, as soon as they bought them, City became the richest club in the world because
Yeah.
they were priced at such a big 230, 40 million dollars. The idea wasn't that, oh, we've just splashed money because we had it.
It's an
The
ambitious
idea is
project.
that we want to
It's
create
a
a
very
legacy.
ambitious. It's not just because Sheikh Mansour is really invested
Yeah.
as to what's going on at the club. He meets the players. He meets the management.
To
he
be
knows.
honest, same credit should also go to the neighbors, Qatar.
Yeah.
The PSG project.
Speaking of Qatar, United when they were on the market
Yeah.
after Glazers, before Radcliffe came in, they really wanted Qatar. A lot
Yeah.
of people were like, "No, please get Qatar," but
Again,
Radcliffe ended up.
money doesn't mean that they're just throwing money.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
need
same
to-
argument that everyone made for Saudi Pro League. They're just throwing money. No, they're throwing money on a vision.
Exactly.
And finally, see if somehow PSG won the Champions League. Maybe it wasn't the best Champions League, and maybe they didn't have the best season.
They
Whatever.
wanted. It's what they wanted.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
It was the ambition that okay, we need to keep going. And yes, it's not like this.
so much money,
It's not
bro.
like they stop spending money.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm saying this is because you know they have a vision. Because they stop spending on unnecessary players they
Yeah.
did not need. They did not splash cash on the big
You
names.
need a lot of belief to just throw in so much money and just be like, no, we need to win. So PSG, the main idea was someday to win Champions League because they're nearly undefeated in French league. It's very rare that someone else
Yeah.
wins, right? Same idea with Man City that they were so bad that it was always said Manchester will be red, Manchester is red, Manchester was red. See, now Manchester is blue. And why? Because they came in with the money, they invested. I remember the very first memory of this whole deal was Robinho. Because
Yeah.
at that time, Robinho played the World Cup, and I was like, oh, Robinho, new kid, new Brazilian star in the making. Obviously, he flopped very badly. But Robinho was the first memory, it's still the first memory of me knowing, oh, someone from Abu Dhabi, someone from
Yeah.
UAE has invested in the club. They've signed such a star player. So you have to understand, they didn't just throw money. Vision,
They
goal,
had
achieved the
ambition.
goals,
Yep.
and they still have bigger goals.
They want to keep it's very noticeable because City had a horrible season, and the first thing they do is sign reinforcements.
Yeah.
Because that's what the investors know. The club wants that. The management wants that.
They don't want to like win four trophies
if
every
there is
season.
anyone who I think is only spending money, I know they won the Club World Cup, but I still think Chelsea
Yeah.
is the one that's actually following all those comments.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, right now, if you're going to buy any club in Premier League, Bundesliga, wherever you're buying, you can the best leads to follow, the best plans to follow, the best strategy to follow is City and Qatar.
Yeah.
Because they actually did something which was considered impossible.
Exactly. With Chelsea, like they have the most like valued squad, like the
Yeah.
most money spent, more than like 2 billion spent. But then look at who they spent it on. And their players all have 9-year contracts. Like there's nothing less than 2. It's all 5 to 9-year contracts.
Yeah. And eventually, what will happen, we all know, is either they'll be loaned out or they'll break the contract.
The amount of
Chelsea
players,
will be like,
they
bro,
have
go.
they have such a huge squad. Like the memes of people saying, you know, like they have to have a runway just to get to like this thing, and I think that's like the proper definition of just splashing money.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea's always been a club which was known for splashing money. Abramovich was notorious for it.
Yeah.
But Abramovich was a very passionate person as well.
Yeah, you understand because it comes from emotion. He was a football fan. He
Yeah.
wanted to splash money. And Chelsea did good.
Boli was this close to changing Chelsea's name to like London Challengers something because of his baseball team.
No, but see, Abramovich, Chelsea actually achieved a lot under him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yes.
The idea was to achieve.
Because he was
But
passionate.
Once he left, Chelsea was in.
They crumbled.
They literally call them Chelsea now. They've always called them that.
Yeah.
Because I had a Chelsea fan friend, a long time Chelsea fan, and that was our go-to word, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Right? So we had names for each other's teams, But again, the idea was they were known as that. After Abramovich left, they were more Chelsea.
I think London's just in a mess hole. It's just a mess right now.
Yeah.
Like every London team. I know Spurs won the Europa League, but even they're in a mess.
Europa, so many people have won it. It's not
No,
something
for a
you
club
can't.
like Spurs, that's a very
Yeah,
big
it's a
achievement.
big trophy.
It's a very big
I
achievement.
hope Harry Kane was there and won first trophy ever in his life,
Honorary
and that was
title.
Europa. He was nearly winning Euro, remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Nearly, and
yeah.
they lost.
They twice.
Twice, yeah, actually twice.
Twice, yeah.
I remember the one where all the London fans, like the UK fans, they raided the stadium, broke the doors after they
Yeah, yeah,
lost.
yeah.
I remember that one. But yeah, so next up we have some transfer news. Saudi's Al Ahly, that is the latest one, is hoping to add James Maddison to the club this summer. He was last I saw he was playing for Leicester. Now I don't know where he's playing. I think he's playing at Tottenham now. But I remember
Yeah, he's
Madison from
Tottenham.
Leicester a lot.
And
That
yeah.
run from him during the Leicester time was good. Anything else
And
that we have?
Pulisic has rejected Al Nassr, so they were looking into getting him, but he has rejected them, and he prefers to stay at Milan.
Nice. And Dubai's Al Nassr. So we have two Al Nassr: Saudi Al Nassr, the Ronaldo one, and then there's a UAE Al Nassr, which is based in Dubai. Dubai's Al Nassr have signed an Iranian midfielder, Mehdi Ghaidi, for a 3-year deal, and it's good. Iranian team is one of the best teams in Asia, which I've realized over the years. Apart from that, Sadio Mane is apparently going to play a huge role in Jesus' plans in the upcoming season for Al Nassr. That's what's there is. USA Today chooses Al Hilal versus City as the best match of the Club World Cup. Yeah, that also happened. USA Today said that was the best match. I think it was USA and English club lost, so they're like, best moment, best moment, best moment to show the Britishers
Salty
you're
as
not the
always.
best. Have you heard this rumor, just to quickly, before we finish up, that all the British athletes, they're so like pulled up and made bigger by the British media.
Oh, yeah,
They're famous for it.
that's a fact.
Like Andy Murray. I remember British media would call the Big Four. I was like, bro, how many titles did he win? And you look at the other guys. I think he won two. He has total of 3 titles,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
And the other guys have won one tournament more than him. They're like big four, big four. I was like, no, it's not a big four. To be honest, there is no competition. It's Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic era.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
big 3 era. But then obviously
I
injuries.
don't
He
know.
retired.
Alcaraz might surpass. I think even Alcaraz might surpass.
Yeah. Even with footballers, a lot of footballers, they made them into such giants of like, oh my God, who is
Exact-
this guy?
Like it's
There
obvious
is
that
something
they
with
do.
British media that they amplify their players too much.
They-
Sporting
it's
especially.
like they have that ego within. I was seeing actually I saw on Twitter the other day on X sorry
Yeah.
on the other day that people were saying that basically they were mad that some foreign fans were supporting an English club. And so then the foreign fans were like, it's because of international fan bases that Premier League and your English clubs have that revenue,
They want to make
the
it.
money and stuff like that.
Shirt sales, this
And
sales, commercial deals.
and the British, come on England, those people, they were like, yeah, that's the reason as to why it's in a mess right now. They're like we really wish that international fans did not come into the sport because before the fans had come in, at least there was some sort of
Then you won't have big players playing for you also, right?
exactly.
You won't
That's
have the money
thing.
to buy them.
That's the point. Like your entire club is famous because of like local players, and especially United fans. Who is your greatest manager, and what's his
Alex Ferguson,
nationality?
yeah.
Who are your greatest players? Okay, put Wayne Rooney aside. Okay,
Yeah.
who? Like I'm saying, like top 5 best players. You have maybe
Cantona, like if you go really back, but Ronaldo, yeah, obviously.
Ronaldo's there.
Giggs also. Giggs is
Welsh.
not Welsh. Like Paul Scholes?
English.
Paul Scholes is English. Who else? Vidic, not English. Ferdinand English, obviously.
But I wouldn't put him as like best player ever for United, like top 5.
But that's like my
He's
time, and
iconic
thought he was
legend
the
for
great.
sure, but like
Yeah.
the point.
Cantona was Cantona?
French.
French, right?
But
Eric
the
Cantona.
point is that
Yeah.
you cannot say, oh man, I really wish the international fans were not there because our clubs would be much better. The one guy said there is like there was a local touch to it before,
Yeah.
and like. Bro, were you born before the international fan? Because it's not like it started from like 2010. It's
Yeah.
been going on.
Yeah, it's been always there. But yeah, okay. Thank you so much. We will keep inflating our players because they are actually good. Al Hilal
Yeah.
actually beat Man City. We're
Exactly.
not going to say that they won 3 Grand Slams and they're the best top 4. They actually are doing great. They beat one of the top teams, I would say top 3 teams in the world right now. And they did it with a very good full strength squad from
Yep.
City. It wasn't like someone was
It
not
was it
playing
was City
half
with
of the
new
team.
signings reinforced.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us on the Smashy Sports Show today. If you like it, give us your feedback. You can follow us on all social media channels and you can subscribe to Smashy.tv. There's a 30% off for the whole year. You can watch netball matches, handball matches. We stream so many sports from the region. We're trying to build a dozen for the region. Big claim, but we will someday, inshallah. We'll try our best. And
We
your
will, we will.
support is very important in that. So yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
Thank you so much.